For Graham, Christianity made logical sense and satisfied the longing for something beyond the material. His transition from skeptic to believer was not instantaneous, but a gradual process of questioning, reflection, and ultimately acceptance. Graham described his conversion not as a blind leap of faith, but as the most reluctant convert in all of England, coming to the Christian faith, kicking, struggling, resentful, and darting his eyes in every direction. The sixth habit that we need to reassess and transform is the lack of forgiveness. Graham often emphasized forgiveness as essential to the Christian life, reflecting the forgiveness that God offers us. According to him, forgiveness is a necessity for our own spiritual and emotional liberation. Forgiveness frees us from bitterness and allows us to live in peace with ourselves and others. The inability to forgive is a deeply rooted issue that can have devastating effects on the life of a Christian, both spiritually and emotionally. Within the Christian context, forgiveness is not just recommended, it is a commandment that reflects the very heart of the gospel. Jesus taught his followers to forgive, highlighting it as an essential practice in the Lord's Prayer. Forgive us our debts as we also have forgiven our debtors. Matthew 6:12. Therefore, refusing to forgive not only disobeys a central principle of Christianity, but can also lead to destructive consequences for the individual. The lack of forgiveness creates a barrier between the individual and God. In Christianity, forgiveness is an expression of divine love. By refusing to forgive, the Christian distances themselves from this love. This can lead to a stagnant spiritual life where communion with God is hindered, limiting the ability to fully experience His grace and mercy. Resentment and bitterness are direct consequences of the inability to forgive. These feelings can consume a person, affecting their mental, physical, and spiritual health. The Bible warns against bitterness, as in Hebrews 12:15, which says, "See to it that no one falls short of the grace of God, and that no bitter root grows up to cause trouble and defile many." Resentment can poison all areas of a Christian's life, including their relationships, peace of mind, and ability to love themselves and others. The inability to forgive not only affects the individual's relationship with God, but can also destroy human relationships. Forgiveness is essential for healing and restoring relationships. Without it, past offenses and hurts continue to fester, preventing reconciliation and the building of trust. This can result in isolation, loneliness, and a destructive cycle of broken relationships. Refusing to forgive impedes personal and spiritual growth. Christianity sees forgiveness as an essential step in the process of sanctification, the journey of becoming more like Christ. Without a willingness to forgive, the Christian finds themselves trapped in a state of spiritual immaturity, unable to progress towards a deeper understanding of God's love and mercy. The seventh habit is resistance to change. Resistance to change is a common but profoundly limiting challenge that can impact the life of a Christian in various significant ways. In the journey of faith, change is not only inevitable, but often a sign of spiritual growth and transformation. However, when Christians resist change, it can lead to negative spiritual, emotional, and relational consequences, affecting their walk with God and their role within the faith community. One of the most severe consequences of resistance to change is spiritual stagnation. Christianity is a living faith, presupposing a dynamic and ever-evolving relationship with God. Resistance to change can cause a Christian to become stuck in patterns of behavior, thought, and spirituality that do not reflect growth or deepening of this relationship. Without change, the spiritual journey risks becoming routine and lifeless, depriving the Christian of new understandings and experiences that stimulate faith. Resistance to change can also lead to missing opportunities to serve and contribute to the community. The movement of the Spirit often calls us out of our comfort zone, leading us to new ministries, forms of service, or mission fields. By resisting these changes, Christians may miss precious opportunities to make a difference in the world and live according to their spiritual callings. Change is a natural part of life and relationships. When Christians resist change, it can cause tension and conflict with friends, family, and members of the faith community who are growing and changing. The inability to accept and adapt to changes in others can lead to isolation, misunderstandings, and the deterioration of important relationships. Resistance to change can negatively impact Christian witness. Christianity is a faith that manifests through love, compassion, and relevance to the world around. A Christian who resists change may appear outdated, inflexible, or irrelevant to contemporary issues and challenges, compromising their ability to effectively witness the gospel. In summary, while change can be uncomfortable and challenging, embracing it is essential for spiritual growth, effective ministry, and vibrant Christian witness. Resisting change not only hinders personal growth, but also limits the impact Christians can have on their communities and the world. Therefore, Christians are encouraged to remain open to the movement of the Spirit, embracing change as an opportunity for growth, transformation, and faithful living. If this video has been helpful to you in any way, I would be very grateful if you could help me as well. Please consider subscribing to the channel, leaving your like, and sharing your feedback in the comments. I am interested to know if the quality of the message was satisfactory for you, or if there is anything I can improve upon. Additionally, if you are interested in deepening your knowledge of Billy Graham's Christian teachings, be sure to check out the video I'll be highlighting on the screen. It offers valuable insights on how to strengthen your faith unwaveringly.